Hey, everybody. Hope everybody has had a great week so far. My name is Connor Parkinson, and I am a product manager here at Cloud Storage Security. I'm responsible for building our, managing the roadmap for our antivirus and broader, data security or DSPM solutions. And today I'm going to bring you the threat report for July of 2025. The good news is that this was a pretty slow month, which is great. Nobody wants to see organizations getting breached, new vulnerabilities appearing, ransomware-as-a-service actors starting to take down organizations. So that's the good news. The bad news is that the number one story of this month is a Microsoft SharePoint vulnerability. So SharePoint, most people know, widely used on premise for document collaboration, so on and so forth. The idea here is that these two vulnerabilities ending in 49706 and 49704 are basically used for remote code execution, or RCE, and then network spoofing, respectively. And so what this means is that if we go over to the CISA report here, that they're able to access SharePoint servers, right? So they can go ahead and they can exfiltrate the data. They can mess around with configurations. They can execute ransomware attacks, whatever that might be. But as we see here, distributing Warlock ransomware on compromised systems. And Warlock is an interesting one because this is a relatively new strain of ransomware, believed to be developed and distributed largely by Russian ransomware-as-a-service actors. And what Warlock is doing, and the thing that makes it mostly dangerous, is double extortion, right? So it can automatically take a victim's data, of course. It can encrypt them very lightly to kind of encrypt as much data as possible before it's detected. And then it can actually list that data on the dark web for sale to kind of coerce and make sure that they have the maximum amount of pressure possible to actually get someone to pay, get a victim to pay the ransom itself. So unfortunately, this has been a pretty destructive set of vulnerabilities that allow cyber actors to get into on-premise SharePoint applications. So on our threat report here, I won't go through all of them, but number one is apply the necessary security updates that are released by Microsoft that actually fix these vulnerabilities, that patch them out. The rest of them are available on the threat report for July 2025 at the cloudstoragesecurity.com blog. And you can also head over to the CISA guidance as well and read through all of it. Moving on, another misconfiguration incident. So at Casmer Labs, that's our kind of internal threat laboratory, we've seen 30 plus misconfiguration incidents this year. Every single one of them involving a publicly accessible Amazon S3 bucket. And I will qualify this by saying, 30 plus misconfiguration incidents that involved a significant number of records. So 1,000 or more. What happened here is HireClick, a very popular job search platform, exposed over 5 million resumes publicly on S3 bucket, as we see. That's by far the most common. I believe 28 out of those 30 involved a publicly accessible Amazon S3 bucket. There's a couple other examples. We'll cover them in the blog as well, but the scope is not massive. And what this means is that even though if we actually go down this information here, full names, home addresses, email addresses, phone numbers, and employment information, and while this is not inherently dangerous, this can be very easily used by cyber actors to supplement social engineering campaigns, including phishing, spear phishing, malware downloads, whatever that might be. And so what these are essentially doing is enabling these cyber actors to bolster their current campaigns, make themselves seem more credible. Hey, I know this is your home address. This must be a legitimate source. That's often the thinking of someone who falls victim to a social engineering campaign. So that's about all we have for this month. It's a pretty great month. I will plug Data Defender by Cloud Storage Security. This is our latest solution. We're accepting beta applicants right now. And what this is doing is this is proactively searching for misconfigurations. It's showing you where your sensitive data is. And it's actually monitoring that activity. So like with the Coinbase incident earlier this year, if an internal employee attempts to exfiltrate that data, we can, number one, shut it down proactively. And we can, number two, make sure that we actually, you can investigate that and do your forensics after the fact in the case that it does happen. With that being said, thanks so much, everyone, for tuning in, and we'll see you next month for the August threat report. Thanks, everyone, and bye-bye.